Yeah, we're starting with Blair White.
Got them all a Twitter.
Yeah, Blair White says, you should be able to burn the American flag and the LGBT flag. Free speech is not complicated.
Yeah, sure. You should be allowed to do both. I agree.
Yeah.
And, I may not agree with burning the LGBTQ flag, but should you legally be allowed to?
That's not the point of free speech.
Yeah. You should legally be allowed to. Absolutely. Thank you, Blair, for being right. But I feel like you wanted this to be a gotcha of some fucking sort.
Yeah, no, I think she's going for the left would never want us to burn.
So much for the tolerant left. They aren't ready for my intolerant right.
That's what she's looking for. But it's like, no, you should absolutely be allowed to burn that flag.
And you should be able to burn
I think you're a dick if you do.
I think that's the
Blair White is a
problem
hateful twat. So yeah, Blair White is a hateful twat.
A lot of people on the right view everything as something that should be either allowed or punished. That's what they think. Everything should be within the framework of how can we legally punish this thing, or should we legally punish this thing? Oftentimes on the left, we're not fucking talking about legally punishing you for shit. We're talking about ostracizing you from your social groups because you're being a person who doesn't need to be part of those social groups. That's not the same thing. That's it. I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. So have fun with Blair White.
Oh, no.
Yep. Just
because I was going to move on to the next tweet because in my music, Brightbill just asked for a boost.
Well,
and that's
yeah.
That's one of the big. Oh my god! It's such a beautiful movie too. It's such a goddamn beautiful movie.
Have fun being sad. I'm gonna go to
No, it's not sad. It's touching. It's touching.
Refill, not at the same time.
Oh my god. Oh. Anyway, yeah. So the art style in Wild Robot is gorgeous. They did everything looks like it's been painted. It's 3D animated, but it looks like it was painted with an actual paintbrush. My partner made the mistake of watching it while high for the first time. So every now and then she would have me pause it and she'd be like, "Do you see how it's a painting? It looks like it's a paint." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the art style. But you don't understand. It looks so much like..." She was a bit toasted. It's criminal that it didn't win the Oscar for Best Animated Film. Absolutely. What did win that Oscar? Because I can't think of anything that came out in 2024 other than Wild Robot, but I'm not exactly, I don't have my fingers on the pulse of movie release schedules. Blair White desperately wanting to be the last trans in the gas chambers by being the pick-meest of pick-me's. First time I've heard of Wild Robot. I have no idea what it looks like. Oh my god. Okay. I'm trying to find something it's an actual screenshot from the movie, but it's hard to find. But this is close.
All right.
Someone in the audience who hasn't seen Wild Robot, so I told them what the art looks like. That's what the actual movie looks like. The movie is painted, and it's just gorgeous.
It looks pretty.
It is. It's very, very pretty. Very well done movie.
Who do we have next? What's going on? Also, how's it going, Ocean? Welcome to the chat.
Ocean?
Yeah, Ocean of the Keltoi variety.
Ocean only ever goes to your channel.
Ocean, I'm gonna fucking invade your house. I know where you sleep.
Yeah, okay. I guess since you guys know each other in real life.
We didn't start off knowing each other in real life. You told you how that happened, right?
Probably.
Okay, do you remember years ago that 4v
yesterday?
What?
I don't remember yesterday.
That is unfortunate. So do you remember years ago that 4v4 theist versus atheist debate we all did on the Non Sequitur show?
No.
Okay, well, you were part of it because I remember you were in the thumbnail. It was me. You.
I have never been on the Non Sequitur show.
It was me, you, Paul, and Shannon in a Skype call against 4 others.
So there was one time when I was supposed to be on the Non Sequitur show, but it started so late that I had to duck out before it even started. I was in the call, but they just never started. My kids finished swim lessons, so I had to duck out.
Then that might have been the one. I do not remember all of it.
Might have been that, but I was never actually on the show.
Okay.
And I consider that to have been a dodged
bullet.
Oh,
it was GE. Sorry, it was GE, not you. I lied to you right now, and it will happen again. So, no, it was during that debate, Ocean and I met, debating each other because we just rehashed our debate we had on Twitter, the day before. instead of actually going through any proper debate flow at all.
What? We got an ocean in the chat. Can I get a
now you're
wave
there.
for the ocean?
Now you're there. So we had that debate, and then we went to Waffle House together afterwards, and we found out we were like close enough to do that.
A debate at a Waffle House? You mean a fist fight?
A debate at a Waffle House is called a fist fight. You are right.
Okay. That's a part of American culture that I have not experienced myself, but I am aware of it.
You should.
I'd rather not, thanks.
No, it's fantastic. You really should. It's like it is an experience you must have at least once in life, preferably from outside the window, because, flying chairs.
Oh, Lord of Uzkalak is saying play the trailer for Wild Robot.
That's going to get us copyright hit.
Copyright strike will happen.
Yeah,
I could mute it.
You have YouTube.
Yeah, no, we were just looking to see the art style, so I could play it without playing the music, but you can Google it. It's Wild Robot. Good movie. Watch it. Okay, next up, speaking of Waffle House, another piece of Americana whiteness is Cracker Barrel.
Yay, the logo.
Byron Donalds,
debate.
this was by far my favorite tweet from this whole thing. It says, in college, I worked at Cracker Barrel in Tallahassee. I even gave my life to Christ in their parking lot.
That is the most white trashy thing I've heard all day. Just that. I gave my life to Christ in the Cracker Barrel parking lot. Well,
Christ on a Cracker Barrel.
Take that shit and put it on a cracker or something. I don't know. Anyway, continue.
It sounds like it's meant to be a euphemism. Oh, yeah, I gave my life to Christ in a parking lot.
Jesus, won't you come inside me?
I mean, it's a euphemism for something sex or something drugs, is my take on that. Yep. That's what it sounds like to me.
Their logo was iconic, and their unique restaurants were a fixture of American culture. So he's not technically wrong. Like, there is the inside of a Cracker Barrel, and even the outside of a Cracker Barrel, like, it's a very iconic and comfortable store. I'm not gonna lie, but like,
I can say that I have seen many billboards as I drove past them going, wonder what that is.
But the no one asked for this woke rebrand? I'm sorry, my guy. What the fuck does woke mean anymore?
Did you see the people saying
logo simplification is woke now?
Did you see the people that were saying they like, oh, I won't stand for this. Used to be Cracker Barrel. Now they took the cracker and the barrel off
the cracker and the barrel out of Cracker Barrel. I did see that.
Now they did Cracker Barrel did come out and be like, yeah, no, we're going to bring the old logo back because of the outcry. Probably not because of the outcry, but because the outcry came with I'm going to be honest, this is decrease in their stock price.
This is the most anybody's talked about a Cracker Barrel in 10 years. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like they've been very successful at this particular marketing campaign.
Yeah, and now they've caved to them. All these people that were howling about it are going to go to Cracker Barrel again. So, yeah.
Ocean says, do you know about the corporate takeover attempts behind the scenes? So, I'm actually unaware of that, but now that you've mentioned it, I'm not surprised because corporate takeovers happen all the fucking time. Let's see here. Yeah, Cracker Barrel was bought by a private equity firm. So that's what happened. They got bought by a private equity firm, and that private equity firm knows that
they changed the logo. Everything. Stock price went down, so they changed it back, and stock price goes back up.
No, actually, different than that. So it's not a plan to get people to talk about Cracker Barrel in general. Let me see here. I just got a bunch of things from Ocean on this real quick. One sec. So, Big Laurie bought 4.7 million shares of Cracker Barrel in 2011. In 2014, Harvard Business School professors Sirajish, I cannot pronounce that name, I'm sorry, nor will I try to, and Tim Gray wrote a case study on Bulgari and Cracker Barrel. On March 14th, 2019, it was reported that Bulgari wants Cracker Barrel to close its startup company, Holler and Dash. The original $241 million investment in Cracker Barrel made in 11 and 12 turned into just under $1 billion in revenue by the end of 2019. By 2024, after 7 unsuccessful attempts to take control of the company over a 14-year period, by which time Biglari Holdings had accumulated 9.3% of Cracker Barrel stocks, Biglari nominated a slate of 5 candidates for election to the Cracker Barrel board of directors. One was Michael Goodwin, the chief technology officer at PetSmart, who was agreed upon by the existing board as an overture to Biglari. In November 24th, shareholders rejected the Biglari slate, which included himself, but did elect Goodwin as part of the slate of existing board members. So a bunch of weird shit is going on behind the scenes and has been going on for the past 14 years.
Okay.
So what it looks like to me, from what I've seen some people talking about this from a perspective that's not just making fun of it, which is way less fun, but still has some use. Most of your like iconic Americana does get bought out by private equity firms, so that when those businesses that are based on old Americana aesthetics, when they fail or when they die, because nothing truly lasts forever, but when they die, they want to be able to sell the real estate and use the building still. That's why McDonald's don't look like McDonald's anymore.
Yeah.
Pizza Huts don't look like Pizza Huts anymore.
Yeah, I saw that TikTok.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that I've been seeing, because it makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
if you're an investor and you are trying to buy out a company, you're not just looking at owning Cracker Barrel. You don't give a fuck that it's a Cracker Barrel. You care that it can be something else in the future as well.
Yeah. So Drew Harrison says, I gave my life to Christ at the rec center in the softball dugout.
That's not what that reads, and you know it.
That's how I read it.
Ocean says the memes are hilarious, but this is also a fun little corporate scuffle around the edges. Yeah, this definitely feels like there's internal strife in the company that is causing these rebrands to happen, and not everybody in the company agrees with them in the first place.
I just don't understand why anybody gives a fuck. It's Cracker Barrel.
So so me personally, I don't give a fuck. Cracker Barrel is going to be the same no matter how it is when I go in.
I do agree that like corporate logos have gotten more cold and stale over time.
That was my short I did on it.
But like, I don't fucking care. Like, if I want good artwork, there's plenty of good artwork there that's not tied to a soulless corporation. Like, I don't need McDonald's to look cozy. I need them to make mediocre burgers.
So this is one of those things where people attach their identity. They attach important parts of themselves to iconography that is linked to capital.
Yeah, and I don't understand that.
I kind of do. So, like, okay, so I do not give a shit about the Cracker Barrel change specifically. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't do anything for my day-to-day. It's whatever. But, for instance, I care a lot about changes that happen in Sonic the Hedgehog. But that is 100% iconography and aesthetic that is linked to capital. 110%. I care a lot about changes that happen in Magic the Gathering. I cared a bunch when Wizards of the Coast changed Chandra and Nissa from lesbians to just best friends, where one of them really, 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 really liked masculine men. I gave a shit about that because that was LGBTQ erasure and characters that I cared about.
Yeah, but that's different than being tied up in what the logo for the game is.
It's kind of the same thing, though. Like, the mascots are representatives of the company, and they're just as soulless as anything else. It's just the artists that breathe life into them. But, like, they were conceptualized as mascot characters from the beginning. It's just how far divorced we get from that idea that changes things, really.
Okay. Yeah, I still don't get it, really. I feel like it's different changing the logo of a fast food place and changing the storyline of an RPG. Like, those aren't the same category of thing.
Oh,
I
agree. They're not the same category of thing. They're just very, very close.
Like, I know it comes back to, like, a thing that is tied to capital, and, like, they are just trying to make money. I don't know. It's qualitatively different.
No, I can agree with that. My position... So I will say, my position is very reductionist. Like, the example I gave was very, very reductionist. And that is a fair thing to point out. And I agree. I think my larger point was there are people who have as much attachment to this iconography as they do to characters. Now, is that a sane thing to do? Absolutely fucking not. It's dumb. My point is that there's a part of it that I can understand while also not caring about. I can engage with the position long enough to get why they have it and still think they're stupid for having it.
Okay, but let's go back to not taking them seriously. Capturing Christianity. Speaking of not taking people seriously,
okay,
Cameron Bertuzzi
fine.
says everything we know. So, oh no, this is a different tweet. So yeah, no, there's a school shooting that happened recently. He made a video saying everything we know so far about the transgender Annunciation school shooter. I would just like to point out that he didn't make videos about this when there was a white Christian school shooter or white Christian church shooter.
Now, why are we?
He wouldn't make a video saying everything we know
Why
about the
is
white Christian.
capturing Christianity talking about school shooters now? How does that have anything to do with his purview?
Because this particular shooter, and from what I've seen, this one actually might have been trans. And if that ends up being the case, now we're up to like maybe 3 out of the dozens and dozens and dozens of white Christian men.
So the thing that you would expect from population statistics,
Yeah.
when somebody is representative of a small percentage of the country, then their crimes also have a representation that is in the smaller percentage. That's what you expect, right? Ocean says kind of like your mom. What was that in reference to? I feel like that would have been funny if I hadn't ADHD'd away from the subject after I read it.
Probably. I feel like that is not about the subject that we're currently talking about.
I mean, capturing Christianity is kind of like your mom. Largely unfocused and unsatisfying.
Suris, why are you describing your mom as unsatisfying?
I said your mom.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I was in my brain, this is what Ocean said to you, so this was you talking about your mom.
Right, but at that point, then I'm in Ocean's skin, and that's a weird thought, so I'm going to stop thinking it.
Okay. Yeah, cishet white men are overrepresented. Yep, absolutely, 100%. So if there is a risk factor tied to gender identity and likelihood of committing a mass shooting, being a cisgender heterosexual white guy is the one that is more likely to be a shooter. So like that is what we should be looking at. If anything, being trans is a protective factor because they are so underrepresented in the data when it comes to mass shootings.
I love this country.
So Fennec says it's 3. I'm only aware of 2. In both instances, it was a Christian school and the shooter was a former student. So there are 2 that I can remember offhand, but I know there was one that got lied about, and there was another, like the number that they were putting out was 4. I can't remember the details of the third one. I know there was one that they just flat out lied about. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt when I say 3, but it could very well be 2. There's only 2 that I am aware of that I can actually mention. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they are vastly underrepresented in this type of sample. So if anything, being trans is a protective factor. It's going to stop you from doing this sort of thing if there's any connection whatsoever. So if you really want to go down that route, then maybe we should look into getting more of this woke ideology in schools to stop school shootings. That might actually help.
No, but the sin of empathy.
Teaching people to be tolerant and accepting of everybody.
But the sin of empathy. We can't teach children the sin of empathy.
Yeah, I know. How bad would that be?
Anyway, what the fuck does Cameron have to do with any of this?
Oh, nothing.
Oh,
he's
okay,
just
cool.
He made a video about it because he has to hop onto any cultural stuff because Is it because he has his
no true
channel?
relevance?
His channel is just so very obviously just trying to chase the algorithm. Like he is so desperate for money all the time. And it's like, I get it. I'm desperate for money too. I would like my videos to do well in the algorithm, but he's so blatant about it and brazen.
Yeah, have some class. You're making us all look bad.
Yeah. Jeez, Cameron.
Pine for money better.
Yeah, at least I don't come out and be like, yeah, my YouTube channel is running $3,000 a month over budget.
How do you run $3,000 over budget for a YouTube channel?
So I could see. So here's the thing. I am open about the fact that my YouTube channel is my income. Mm-hmm. I don't. It's not that I'm running because he's pretending to run a charity, and because it's religious, it has no oversight, so he gets no taxes.
Yeah.
So I'm not out there being like, oh, my organization is running over budget. I'm just like, yeah, no. Right now, I'm making less money than I'm spending in a month. It's digging into my savings account.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be nice for that not to happen. But I'm not going to pretend like I am some organization that has budgetary... It's like, no, it's just taking care of my fucking family, man. Mm-hmm. But because he tries to hide it behind like, oh yeah, no, I am a ministry, and the ministry is over. But
you're
like,
not
no,
a ministry, you're a podcaster.
I guarantee you, I don't guarantee this, but I would bet that he handles his money pretty much the same way as me. He gets the money from Google on the 20th or 21st or whatever, the money from Patreon on the 1st, and then he just uses that for his living expenses.
I mean, that's the same thing I do with mine.
Yeah, which to me, that says that like because his ministry is $3,000 over budget, that means that he's just spending $3,000 more than he's making in his
Well, that
normal
means
household
his
stuff.
nut is $8,000, and he needs to do more so he can maintain his nut.
Yeah, and I'm not even saying like that might even like I don't know what his numbers are. Maybe that's a reasonable like maybe his monthly expenses are perfectly reasonable. It's just the way he frames it gives me the icks.
Also, Tal, thank you for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think is that 90 bits? I think it's 90 bits. Can you ask Rhino how he thinks they'll do Rocky for the Project Hail Mary movie?
They're doing a movie?
I think that's how you know the answer to that one.
I have no idea how they would do that. How would because anytime they try to do that with a character that can see with sound, like the Daredevil movies did not do that well, and it's always like overprocessed and weird. Because I don't know if the conceit of the movie is mild spoiler for like the middle of the beginning of the book. So it's a guy out in space all by himself, and he meets an alien who is also out in space all by himself. But this alien sees with echolocation. He sees with sound.
Yeah.
And so the way it works out is like they like working together. They use their different skill sets with like, oh, I can see light, so I know this, and he sees sound, so he knows this. And they use that to like work together and solve their problems or whatever. And whatever. It's very fascinating the way they deal with it. But like, I don't know how that character's point of view would be portrayed in a movie in a way that wouldn't just be like kind of
doing
silly
the
looking.
Daredevil thing again.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how every movie shows super speed with electricity now.
Uh-huh.
And it gets really, really agitating. 20 years of Sonic the Hedgehog games with his speed not being represented by electricity. One movie! And now everything has him using electricity for speed. Why?
Sean Helfin says, yeah, if you want to make money, just be a Let's Player. You have 20 videos for free. All you have to do is just play a game. I don't have the personality for that. It's not just about playing a game. It's about, you have to be on while you're playing the game. Like if I stream Silksong, it's going to be very boring for the people who watch it. I will get like maybe 5 or 6 viewers.
That is one of the reasons why there's millions of people who play video games, but there's not millions of people making millions of dollars doing it.
Yeah. And part of the issue there is that the personality that you have to put on to actually become popular at that.
What's up, everybody? Welcome, Rhino Nation.
So
Let's get right in here. Let's go ahead and make sure that we're going to get this W, everybody. I think you know what's going to be happening. I've kept my head in the sand about this game for 12 years, but I am excited to show it to you right now. Let's get into it.
I don't know what happened to Suris. He is gone. He just disappeared. I don't know what happened.
I know how much that annoys you, so I wanted to just tap into it for a sec.
I mean, I'm the one that opened the stream with that stupid skibbity riz whatever the fuck.
You're also the one that opened up the stream going, I'm sorry, guys, if I'm not really myself today. It's because I'm not. Because I did not get enough sleep. I did not get enough sleep to be Viced Rhino. I don't even have a vice right now. But if God can save me, I'll stop being Vice Rhino, and I'll instead be Virtue Rhino.
I don't consider Christians to be virtuous, so no.
Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I really could not do any of this without all of you. Those of you watching, and especially those of you who support me on Patreon. I wanted to go ahead and take a minute to thank all of you who do that, because with YouTube being what it is these days, I really cannot do this full-time without the support from each and every one of you. Those people would be Red Joker, Purple Poundini, Jemshin, Britzkrieg, Jupe the Malignant, Michael, Ravalern, Mabbity Babbity, Astral Frontier, Tales of Atonement, Nixie Chan, Kiri Artemis, Limor Pinku, Love Bunny Games, Victorian Alchemist, I'm not saying the last part of that, and you know that, Aurora, Leela Ururaka, Arcton Arclacier, Kiratorian, Dren Hadamata, Jordan M, John L, Lord Bleck, Smiling Game Master, and Fireshard. Thank you so very much. But since you're here, why not go ahead and try watching another one? There should be one that's on the screen right now. And if you are a patron of mine, I wanted to go ahead and thank you again for all of your support. There is still a video you could press, though, if you'd like. I would appreciate it just a little bit.